have never seen a bunch of guys look so fucking down when something bad happens. What are you guys, like prima donna perfect that if you can't fucking handle adversity, so shit's not going right.
It's not going right. So shit's not going right. Sorry about a lot of expletives there at the beginning of the episode. That just happens to be a hockey coach. So naturally, given the environment, I can kind of see how that makes sense, right? So apologies to anyone who was offended at those words. Those weren't from me. Those were from Bruce Bordeaux, so National Hockey League coach. Now, the only reason I play this is because it gets me into the episode. It gets me into the theme of our fourth inspired episode. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Thunderdome. You see, when I get like this, when I get this excited, it's the fourth inspired episode, it gives me something to work for. Do you understand? I didn't really want to sit down and do this. But you know what? I remembered a text from my awesome uncle who said, hey, possible idea. So that's what I'm doing. Because somebody somewhere felt the need, felt the drive to give me something to provide, motivationally. And that makes my heart happy. So that's what we're doing today. We're going with our fourth inspired episode. And I don't know if you're listening, too closely. Do I sound crisper? Does my voice sound crisper to anybody? I wonder why. Oh, I don't know. Maybe because my awesome, amazing, beautiful girlfriend gifted me a microphone. This is a real microphone. This is not my Xbox One headset anymore. Do you understand? So hopefully my voice sounds a little bit clearer. And hopefully I don't sound like I'm playing you in Call of Duty. So, getting into the show, this is What Lights Your Fire. Welcome. God bless. Thank you for your time. Episode 14. Episode 14. Feeling pretty jazzed, feeling pretty good. I'm tired. Long day so far, but I wanted to get down to business before I hit the hay for the night. And provide, a little bit of motivation, a little bit of inspiration, which is what we do here. Just try and kind of, improve our mental being, improve our, or at least improve mine. Because I don't know if anyone's listening. I am, because I'm talking to myself right now. But just kind of improve my will, my will to succeed, my will to keep moving forward. And kind of like, having an attitude like Mr. Bordeaux was talking about here, the head coach of the Capitals. I don't know if he still is. I don't really follow the NHL that close. But like I said, that video was sent to me by my uncle. And obviously, it got him going a little bit. So I included it because that's the theme of the episode today is coaches, leadership, and how it has affected you and how it has affected me to continue to stay motivated. Now, I talk about that. Not everyone plays sports. Not everyone has played a sport. My main focus is going to be on coaches and coaches' speeches that have affected me and coaches' mentalities that have affected me. Both, personal coaches, but also, just famous head coaches that have said something that have gotten to me. But I included that one because, obviously, like I said, it got to him. He sent it to me, so I thought that I'd include it. Because, hey, like the guy was saying, and this is just getting right into it. His message was, what are you guys, a bunch of prima donnas when shit's not going your way? That's the theme that I got left with because, what's wrong with me? What minuscule thing's going wrong with me today, huh? Oh, what, maybe I didn't hit that green light on the way home from work? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I didn't get whatever I was looking for, like a little thing in the day that didn't go right. Oh, boo-hoo. Boo freaking hoo. You know how many people are out there right now that would kill to be in the position I'm in? So that's why I'm going to stay striving to be better. Because What am I going to act like a little prima donna? Just because something didn't go my way? No, that's going to make me want to act better. It's going to make me want to act stronger. I feel like a bionic man right now because I have icy hot on 3 different parts of my arm. That's just me, My body is just disintegrating. What can I say? But getting through, that message, and that's what I took away from that little speech right there. So just kind of bolstering us into the episode, kind of implementing the idea that I want to talk about, which is coaches, leadership, how it's affected your attitude, and how you can continue to have a positive attitude from those experiences. So, I'm going to give kind of 2 coaches' speeches, or kind of just coaches' sayings, like that I've taken away, at least from sports. And I've been around, team sports my whole life. I love it. I love everything about sports and athletics. I believe, it's taught me a lot of life lessons. But, if you're not into sports, if you never played anything growing up, then take this as leadership examples that you can go away from and that you can think and dwell on. Like maybe it was a teacher, maybe it was an advisor, maybe it was a principal, or just a parent, whatever it is. Go with that and go with, kind of just hoping that this helps you dwell on that and those memories that you have of someone who has, lit your fire. So I'm first getting into, where is it? I gotta find it. Anyways, it's not really a whole entire speech, but it's a clip, right? It's a clip of a guy named Herm Edwards, who is a great football mind. He's a great coach, in my opinion, and he, has a fire to win, right? He has a fire to win. But the one clip that I know from him is he's getting asked this probably dumbass question from a reporter, and obviously he lost the football game. His team lost, but what he says in response, with an attitude of what I would want as a coach, at least my coach, what I would want to hear. And I'm just gonna play it for you guys, let you hear it, and let you judge it on your own. All right. Well, I played it in the middle, so that's cool.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Now this is not, something where he's sitting everyone down in a locker room, at the end of Rudy. It's not one of those. This is after a tough loss. And this is why I'm including it. It's after a tough loss. He's on a team he's coaching a team that's not good. And yet, some reporter asked him, how does it feel to lose this football game? And he, being, competitive mindset, competitive person, he says, hello, you play to win the game. He's obviously not happy. But I'm taking this message, right? I'm looking at him, I'm like, oh man, if I was on that team, best believe, come Monday, I'm writing I'm writing it on my locker somewhere. I'm putting up Post-it notes saying, hey, coach went viral because he yelled at a reporter saying, you play to win the game. Hello, it's that easy. So I got frustrated, right? Gave a response that, was very basic. But I took something from it. That's the theme of this one is I'm going to live my life not with the attitude of what if I lose? What if I don't win? What if I don't succeed? What if I get to that point and I don't come through? Because if you have that attitude, personally, if I have that attitude, I'm never going to amount to what I truthfully believe that I can amount to. And so that's what's motivating me through this guy's talk here. He's so into what he does that he gets, out of his character, and he starts yelling at this person in response to a pretty dumb question, given. But hello, you play to win the game. Yeah, I'm not going to go through life coasting and saying, what if, what if I have, oh my God, what if I mess up? That's not what I'm doing, all right? That's not what I'm doing. I have an aspiration in my heart. And here's, an example, right? I want to be a veterinarian. I want to have my doctorate degree in veterinary medicine. I am not going into my applications or anything of the sort to get to that point saying, and it's hard to do this. It's hard. But I'm not going in saying, what if I lose? What's the game plan if I lose? I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to play to win the game. I'm not playing to just get second place. Participation trophies? No, thank you. It's a tough, competitive field, right? It's hard to do. So I'm going to play to win the game. And so that's what I'm taking from this. It's just kind of like an intro, to the episode here. But I don't know. I've always thought about it in tough times. I've thought about how he was not mincing words here. He was looking them dead in the eye and said, hello. That's what gets me the most. But yeah, so that's number one. I'm trying to think of. That's just a coach, who I don't know personally, right? But I included it because I got something from it. And, as goofy as it might seem, that's just what I got, right? And now I'll go into a personal coach for me, one that, maybe not everyone can relate to because they didn't have them. But you can take this more say that you're not a sports person. Take this as a leadership, pretty much, an attitude. My high school baseball coach, my senior year, coach that I looked up to, right? He's a great guy. He's a great family man. All these things, right? A person that I took as a leader, as a role model. His best phrase that has ever stuck with me is "Be where your feet are." Be where your feet are. He would our team was pretty dang good. We all had different roles, but he would talk to each and every one of us after, say we won by 7 runs in a game that didn't matter as much. It was in the middle of the season or whatever. Oh my God, the fear in my heart when he would say, down the line, scared the crap out of me. But I knew he had something coming that was going to light my fire for the rest of the week to be better the next day. He'd take us down the line and say, do you guys see that scoreboard? Do you see what's on the board? Are you guys happy with that? 3 errors. We could have won by 12 or whatever. 3 errors. We really happy with that? That, and then he would go on a tangent and be like, that pitcher was nothing. You guys shouldn't even been on the field with that guy. And he would start lighting into us after something, you would think you'd be happy. And I'd be like, man, maybe we do have stuff we can always work on. And so it would be inspiring. And he was still, he's still proud. But that's the sign of a true coach, in my opinion, is someone that even in the good times can find something to better you, find something to keep you moving forward, to getting better, to develop. And so, but yeah, like I said, his best phrase that stuck with me is be where your feet are. Don't be thinking 5 steps ahead, because if you do, I think you're gonna miss the moment, right? So, be where your feet are. In whatever you're doing, and wherever you are in your life, be where your feet are, because not many moments are gonna come where you have this exact same opportunities you do today. Whatever you do, whatever you aspire to, wherever you are in your journey. Say you want to lose weight or something like that. Say you want to go to the gym and be in a healthy lifestyle or whatever. Be where your feet are. You can't be looking forward to 6 months down the line. That's not. You can have an end goal, but be where your feet are, because every step matters in that process. Daily, going, walking on the treadmill, doing whatever you want to do. You have to be where your feet are, because each moment that you are building is important to that end product. So that's what I've taken in my life. I try and live by that. I try and live by be where my feet are, because I think it's an important attitude to have, especially when things don't go your way. Hey, when you're playing to win the game. When you're playing to win the game, you gotta be where your feet are. And so that's just a personal one to me. But when it comes to my favorite coach's speech, that wasn't even really, I don't even know the real one, right? I've talked about it in a previous episode. It's Miracle. Go check it out. Herb, or whatever his name is, Coach Brooks. Kurt Russell's playing him. He's like, great moments are born from great opportunity. That one, he's talking about the Soviets, and he's talking about blah, 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 and it gets you going. But anyways, go listen to that episode for that speech. It's a good speech. It gets me lit. Gets me fired up, ready to go. And so I'm kind of just using these clips and using these moments that have stuck with me from coaches to try and give you guys a message this week of play to win the game. Don't, when things aren't going your way, when life is seemingly, daunting, and you're going to the unknown, or you're facing something that should be trivial to you, but you're finding it hard to do. Wherever you're at, be where your feet are, and play to win the game. Because if you can live in the moment and focus on, your drive and how it leads you to become, a better person each day, I think if you have a real grasp on what your drive is, you're going to be able to have a good attitude, and that good attitude is going to help you succeed. So, I'm challenging you guys, draw upon, use these quotes or whatever, but I know everyone has a role model in their life, has a coach in their life, has a leader in their life that has affected them in a positive way. Whether it was big or small. So, if you're a former sports player, current sports player, whatever, try and think about your favorite coach. What would they say, tomorrow to you, in whatever goals you have, to keep you moving forward, to light your fire, to make you feel like, hey, go get it. Kind of getting you, grit, kind of give you true grit. What would they say? And if you can think upon that, I challenge you to live with that attitude this week. I'm going to live with be where my feet are. Like I mentioned last episode, I was patient. I need patience right now. So I'm going to be where my feet are every day. I'm going to try and focus on the goals that I have, daily goals, which lead into my weekly goals, which will lead into my monthly goals and yearly goals, whatever. So I'm going to try and be where my feet are. And if you don't have, a coach in your life or someone like that, from a sports perspective, think about a teacher, think about a leader, think about a parent, think about an uncle, a neighbor, whatever it is, whatever relationship it was, whatever relationship you had, think about it. Dwell on something that you would, you have taken from that person, and try and live with that attitude this week. Because, coaches, at the end of the day, I just realized I say at the end of the day a lot. Wow, that's a glass-shattering moment. Anyways, at the end of the day, if you, have someone in your life like that who you've looked up to in the past, or you look up to now, or maybe that you don't even relate to them, right? Like Jim Valvano, for me, I look up to him every day because of, that everyday ordinary people do extraordinary things, that kind of attitude. So I challenge you to dwell on it, find something, in your life that has been affected by those people, and to try and live each moment that you get with something that you think that they would try and say to you, right, to light your fire. So, that's a good one. And kind of to end the episode, I'm going to talk about my favorite coach that I've ever had, and one that continually motivates me every day is my father. He's ever since really I can remember, I've been on team sports. He's been my coach. He was my coach, right? And even if he wasn't, he was there giving me, like if I was playing a basketball game or something, he wasn't the coach, he'd be like, literally walk onto the side of the court and be like, Mike, what the hell are you doing out there? Or something like, and be like, go get a rebound, or something, like something like that, right? So he's always been able to motivate me. He's been my biggest motivator at the end of the day, because I want to be like him. I do. And he's had, I can count, not even on two hands, the amount of times I've been told to get my head out of my ass from my own father on a baseball field in front of my friends. But honestly, every time I think about it right now, I'm kind of happy he did, because it was like, okay, he's not giving preferential treatment here. And sometimes I wouldn't even start, because he'd be like, hey, you're not in it today. You don't have the attitude. And that's something that as a coach and as a leader and as a man, I needed to see from him, is that he was going to motivate me regardless, to try and get the best out of me. He would, didn't matter how old I was, he knew that there was some, better version of me. And so he's always been able to motivate me like that. So this is an example of, person outside of I don't know, the NFL or the NBA or whatever, that has affected me in some way. So, but he used to write me little letters, little notes before he went to work, before I went to school. He would slide them under my door. I've never forgot this. From an elementary age or whatever. And it meant a lot to me. I kept them all. And there's one that I'm going to read to you guys because I think it's important. It keeps me motivated every day. I keep it on my bulletin board in my room. I look at it whenever I can. And it reminds me, it keeps me moving forward. It keeps me striving to be my best. So if you have someone like that, I challenge you to think upon something like this because I'm giving you guys, a personal example here. And I haven't had as many jokes this episode because this episode, I've kind of rambled a little bit, but it means a lot to me. And it's very personal. I love team sports, like I said, and this has been able to keep me moving. And this particular note that my father wrote me keeps me motivated every day. So let me just grab it real quick. All right, sorry about that. So this is from May 17th, 2010. So I was 9 years old. Not even 9 years old. I'm in Little League. And this is how I'm going to end the episode, by the way. This is a note from my dad. Good morning, Michael! ! I'm proud of your effort playing baseball this year. Know that your hitting will keep getting better, and I'll do better helping you. Parentheses. We'll start tonight! ! You've been a good leader as the youngest player on the team, and you've contributed a lot to the team. I wish we had 11 Michaels on the Padres. Love, Dad. All right, gonna bawl my eyes out if I think about it too much. So that's my motivator this week, and that's the attitude I want. I'm gonna be where my feet are. I'm gonna remember this note, and I'm gonna remember the great coaches that I've had, the great coaches that I looked up to, leaders that I've looked up to, teachers that I've looked up to, whoever. That's how I'm gonna live this week. I encourage you to think about it. I encourage you to dwell on it. I challenge you. Hey, and if you know me, come to me with something, words of advice or something that you remember from a role model or a coach that has encouraged you, inspired you. Because I want to hear it. I need something new every day. I really do. So, hey, 4th inspired episode, ladies and gentlemen. 4th, 14, almost at 15. So, keep rocking, keep working hard. I'm proud of you. I know you're gonna get it, whatever you're going for. And if you're retired already, you're an oldie. Hey, go enjoy retirement and get after retirement. Go be the best damn bass fisher you can be. So, I'll talk to you guys next episode. And, just keep moving forward. See ya at the top.